Hey everybody, this is Dilyana and I'm excited to bring you Menopause Made Easy, a podcast designed to provide you tips and strategy to navigate the changes in woman's body, mind and spirit with more grace and ease. I appreciate you tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe and turn on your notifications so you are updated of each episode release. Alright, let's dive in. Hello everyone and welcome for our new episode in Menopause Made Easy. I'm Dilyana, your host. I'm sleep expert and menopause coach. And today I'm excited to introduce you one of my friends who is a very successful entrepreneur. She is helping entrepreneurs to be more visible and have successful business. She also has her own podcast called Gab Talks. So I welcome Gabriella in today's show, and we'd like that she introduce herself about what she's doing, why she's doing what she's doing, and how she can help business people.
Well, thank you so much for having me today, Dilyana. I really appreciate you asking me to be interviewed. I help business owners, sales leaders, and entrepreneurs with all the little growth hacks that they need to increase their business and stand out in a noisy business world online and offline as well to grow their business. There's all kinds of little things. We get tons of prospects in front of us. And then what do we do once we have those prospects? So that's where we come in and help. I spent many years working with entrepreneurs behind the scenes, and I had an inside view of how they found success. And so I took that information and knowledge and I apply that today with the people that I work with.
I'm so excited for today's topic. We're going to discuss how actually going through perimenopause or menopause can reflect or affect your business. And it's that going to be how you can manage this to keep and track and keep doing what you're doing without so much affect how you perform every day and everyday task. So I would love to share her own experience going through these challenges of changing the body, emotions, mind, also the focus, the memory, also the sleep. So I would like that, Gabi, you share with audience how actually you're going through this challenging changing in your body and emotions and doing at the same time the business that you're doing.
You know, I think that I'm pretty lucky that I don't have a huge amount of ping pong with all of that I hear so often women have. But I did have a lot of that in my younger years. I did spend many years on birth control, and that definitely affected my hormones. And after my daughter was born, she's 14, I stopped using birth control. I was on for a little while, but I feel like my overall hormonal balance really stabilized after 30 years of using birth control. And in retrospect, it would have probably been better to have stayed off as long as possible than I did. But I feel like I have somewhat of a reverse than a lot of women that I know and I've heard. I know my mom and her friends, when I would hear them talk about their hormonal journeys and menopause and the experiences they had, I reflect and think, gosh, I don't have most of those same experiences that they had. My emotions have stabilized. I don't have hot flashes. Not to say that I don't have any of the challenges and issues that go along with menopause and leading into menopause, but it's different. And I do think also the food choices make a difference, as well as when I started my period and when I had my daughter. I think all of those factors really impact the way that my body's reacting to going through this process.
They do think that if you're under the stress, that trigger a little bit more how you sleep and your energy level and the next day how you feel in general.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And also when I eat, the more food that I eat that I make at home versus the stuff I eat out, And even when I do eat out, when I am just throwing caution to the wind and having fast food, that makes a huge, huge difference on my energy levels and on how I react. Stress, for sure, definitely has an impact. And when I take the time to have some downtime to myself and just binge watching something on the computer or just taking some time to read, it helps me to relax more. Sometimes if I get really tired, I will lay down and take a nap in the middle of the day. And that can also help to re-energize me. A 15, 20-minute power nap can really, really make a huge difference in your day.
So what's your favorite way to relax, the relaxation? What's your favorite way to just unwind and relax? Your me time. What's your me time?
The easiest one is to just binge watch something on the computer so that it allows me to just let my mind be distracted into somebody else's made up world for a little while. The other one, which I don't get to do near as often, I live in a large city that's, a concrete jungle, but I love to go out to the park and walk with no shoes on in fresh grass or clean sand and connect to the earth. When I was a kid, I went to summer camp and I ran around in forest with no shoes on all the time, and I loved it. And I have been a no shoe person my whole life. And my favorite is sand or grass. It just feels so good under your feet, and it's free.
Yeah, it's a way to ground yourself, to really connect with the nature, really be more connected with the nature and everything around you. So what do you think about self-care during this period of time? How much entrepreneurs need to take time to self-care and nurture yourself to be able to do the successful business?
Yeah, there's this whole do as I say, not as I do concept, right? I'm nowhere near as good at self-care as I should be, but I will say taking the time to go get your hair cut and pay a little extra for the hair washing and that scalp treatment, or, grabbing a massage, or just, I I am one of those people that takes really fast showers. It drives most people nuts. I will take about a 7-minute shower, and my daughter will take a 30-minute shower. And for me, saying, all right, I'm going to take some time and turn it into 15 minutes to just relax under the hot water. For me, that's a luxury, just because I'm like an in and out kind of a person when it comes to that. Like, I wash my hair, towel dry it, and go. So little things of that nature where you just take a little extra time and let the hot water relax and massage your shoulders, or to lay down on your bed and put a gentle weight over your eyes and give yourself 15 minutes to just relax, or put on some chill music. And another thing I love to do is go on YouTube and find the various different chakra balancing or neural beats or various hertz. And there's tons of them out there, or ASMR. There's tons and tons of them out there. So just find whichever one resonates with you. There's not any one specific one that's the best of all of them, because each person has their own personality and their own resonance, right? So just because one resonates with me, it might not resonate with someone else. But if you can find something like that, I found an ASMR channel. It's about an hour worth of content across like 15 videos. And I love just tapping play and just letting it go, and just letting my mind kind of get into that numb space that it does for you without shutting down. And that is so incredibly relaxing.
Yeah, it's so important to relax our brain with so overthinking, right? So how you work with people? What is your special sauce? What's your specialty? How you help people in a business?
Well, I love to network. I am a connector. People say that it's my DNA, and I love talking to people. That's why Gab Talks is so fitting for me. I love interacting with people and finding out how I can help them. And one of the things, again, I did accounting for 30 years. I saw behind the scenes what people did to bring themselves to a level of success. I worked with people that were able to generate between $50,000 and $1 million a year in their businesses. So I was able to see the steps that they took to get themselves out there to generate that income. And one of the things that I see a lot is people are constantly out there trying to find more people. And they think that they need more prospects because they're not generating enough business. And I ask people all the time, well, you have these prospects, now what? What are you doing to create a space where people can find you and see your credibility? What are you doing to have people create a space where there's third-party edification from other people that have already worked with you? Because we all know when someone says, look at how great I am at what I do, people go, ugh. But when people say, oh my gosh, look at how great so-and-so is, and they did this amazing job for me, then people go, oh, right? So ways of tweaking how we show up online, how we show up in networking events, how we show up in email, how we show up in the mailbox, and teaching people, what are you doing when you meet somebody and how are you furthering the conversation? I had someone say to me recently, and it was so true. I repeat it regularly because I really was impressed with what they said. We all know it takes multiple interactions with somebody to get to the point where you're ready to do business with them. Nowadays, those interactions are different than what they used to be. People already know your product or service when they're having a conversation with you. 90+% of the time. People know how to go look it up online all the time, whatever the product or service is that you're trying to engage with them. So when you're in a conversation with them, you are really trying to engage them in the desire to work with you specifically. And that changes the sales conversation. And people will go look you up and will go look up what you're doing and see how you show up and see if there's a resonance between you and them. And you're not going to be perfect for everybody. And that's okay. But you need to do the work to be perfect for the right person. And a lot of people, myself included, I struggle with it too. A lot of people don't show up as their best self. So in the process of teaching myself how to show up as my best self, I also work with people and teach them how to show up as their best self after they've met their prospects.
Yeah. And I think that you have a good health and feel good about yourself can help with how they show up.
Absolutely.
So how you resonate, because your energy, it's what you have inside, you share outside, so people can feel this energy.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you.
So you do have one-on-one coaching, or you have a program? How you actually help?
I've actually been building my space of how I connect with people in the last 2.5 years since I changed how I show up. And I don't have a group or one-on-one space at the moment. I've done a lot of that. I actually have a community that I've been working on pulling together, primarily in the branding, business development, and marketing space, but not exclusively. I have the podcast that I use to interview and show people. And what I really love to do is bring people to people who I know are the right connections to each other. So I actually spend more time and space in relationship development and connecting and affiliate connections between people than in the actual direct coaching space.
So it's so wonderful, because the relationship, I consider that it's one of the most important and key element of building the successful business. So how people can connect with you?
Absolutely. Thank you for asking. Well, I have multiple ways to be connected. I have gabtalks.com. I also have my YouTube channel, which is Gab Talks as well. And you can find me on LinkedIn as well as on Facebook. And we are in the process of launching the 7 from 1 community. That's the number 7, the word from, and the number 1.com. And that is a community of bringing people together who solve problems and want to work with other people who also solve problems, and what we call cross-pollination and co-opetition rather than competition.
I love this. I absolutely love cooperation, competition, not competition. And thank you so much to share your experience, your knowledge, your expertise in today's episode. And thank you so much for everybody who listen every week this episode. Please subscribe to be notified when the episode is ready every Friday. So thank you so much. Thank you for tuning into Menopause Made Easy. You can check out more episodes on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and your favorite podcast apps. Check out the show notes for any website linked to this episode, including where to connect with me on social media. I appreciate you tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you'll be updated of each episode release. And visit me at menopausesupportacademy.com for all podcast updates as well. Appreciate you dropping by.